Hey you! Do you want to be less horrible at Rainbow Six Siege, or maybe even Siege X for when that releases, so that you can be great and become a Rainbow Six Siege champion? Well, today I'm going to be covering one of my matches from the test server on Siege X, so you can kind of understand exactly what to do, how to play, and I'm really going to break it down for you. So this is almost like Think Like a Champion, where I explain my thoughts and plans, except I'm going to break down the technicalities of each round so we get more in-depth, more specific, so that you can learn more from me, because I teach people how to play the game if you're new here. So hey, right now all I'm doing is I'm droning out the site. I'm figuring out what's going on, who they have, trying to find their operators. You can see here when the clash is right beside my drone, I don't drive it right at her feet. I try to keep my drone alive because information is power. So instead of ripping it up into her feet, I take a second for her to get distracted by the other drone. Then I drive it past, can figure out they have a cap can, they have a clash, because I still want the information of the bomb site. What I could have done is, realistically, I could have drove it back down the stairs into pillar and kept it here to have the information. But I am terrible at the game, so I just drove it straight into site. So, you know, if I could change things, I would. I'm not a perfect player by any means. But we did figure out kind of who they have, so now I can kind of pick my operator based on that. I'm still going to elect to pick the Grim, but now I can kind of understand what their setup's going to be like a little better. Check the spawn kill on that window. I would probably check piano window as well. You know, if you really want to be safe about it, I would ADS at this wall. I would be very careful. If you want to really play to your most pristine abilities. Here, I'm just like in the middle of a stream, I'm yapping, I'm doing whatever. I'm not entirely focused on playing the best game ever, especially because we are on the test server. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to come here to call me shit, then yeah, I kind of mess up a lot of things too. So turns out this is a spectating nightmare. Welcome to spectating nightmares, guys. No, I'm just kidding. So Claymore, the white window. I'm clearly setting up to do a cocktail take here. So what I want to do is use my bees to kind of get into the bomb site on A, but it's kind of risky to just hit the rappel, right? They can jump out white window, they can jump out pillar window, run out pillar door, they can hop out my site window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to claymore this doorway and this window, so that way the window I'm rappelling on, I can actively watch for the hop outs, and if they hop out the other ones, with the new Siege X changes, they're not going to be able to ADS, so they'll have to hip fire me in the air before hitting the claymore. Directly into the barricade. You can see the claymore does not go underneath the barricade. A lot of people think it does. It does now that he impacted, but he's going to run right into the claymore, so the second it opens, I'm going to get that kill. That's why I do claymore straight into the barricades. That's why I love them. Now, it is a little risky to get on this rappel right now because there could be another guy pillar. They could run out and kill me. I'm taking that risk. I'm choosing to take that risk actively so that I can try to pressure the bomb site and actually do something. I'm not going to sit here hoping another guy runs out pillar. I could have waited a little bit, like maybe like 10 seconds just to see if there's anyone else, or even try to bring my drone for pillar and then use my bees for sight, but wasn't the best option. I was also trying to get this clip of like rappelling into the bomb site with Graham. So there's the bees, there's the hop out. You can see this guy can't ADS while he's hopping out. So when he actually hops out the window, he tries to vault out, he tries to kill me, he has to hip fire, and then he hits the ground. We got 2 kills just from claymores alone and adding pressure. This is why adding pressure is so important. Just by adding pressure onto the site, hitting rappel, and opening a window, they are jumping out and running into claymores. So we have 2 kills just from pressure alone, right? We see this guy's toes, we just hold him, wait for him to rotate back. Okay, this might be a spectating nightmare. So, what went wrong, guys? Well, I'm ADSing him. What I'm thinking here is I see him, but I can't shoot him. I think he's going to stay there, so I'm trying to bee him out, which happens to be the worst timing ever. Probably should have waited a little bit longer to see if he would actually run away. And so that ended up really awkward. By the time I pull my gun out, he's back in freezer. So just hold the angle, simplify the game a little bit. You know, I have lots of time. There's no need to rush. That's a mistake I just made. That's a mistake we can correct. That's something we can learn from, right? So we're being off freezer now. We see him peek out. We got the Grim Bees. Now that freezer is beat off, I'm not going to jump in right away. I'm going to be off the rest of the areas to gather information if there's a guy cocktail, because I don't want to die to the cocktail guy when I vault in. At least I want to have the advantage in the gunfight by having the bees on him. Now I should be able to vault in. Might be a little risky. Okay, so the clash is shop, so vaulting in wouldn't be the best decision, so I like to go to the hatch. Okay, that's fine. We're still acting off the bees, right? The bees are still up, so we can still play off this. He happens to be heaven instead of cocktail. At this point, I want to play off my information. This is the best option. I got unlucky in the fact that he's heaven. Luckily, I am better than him. And now we're in a 1v2. So this is a very winnable situation. And I know where both of them are because of the bees, right? I just saw them both on the bees here. Now I can push up. I can take the fights. I want to fight not the clash, obviously. Try to avoid the clash, because the clash is the guy that will slow you down and make the gunfight harder to win. 1v1. How do you win against a clash in a 1v1 with her shield up? You go up and you melee her shield, because when you melee her shield, it flies to the side and she can't fight back. She has to switch guns and try to like hit the 180 flick clash strat, or she has to place the shield down, which you can now do. But I'm just in her face. I'm knocking her shield back. The more you melee it, the more it'll fly each time. So I want to hit it a few times. And I walk into a Capcan trap. This is quite literally an unlosable situation if there is no Capcan, or if I just saw it. But this guy can't do anything. Like, eventually I just shoot him in the legs and he dies, right? Because he is playing this poorly. He has to pull his gun out. He has to get into cover, switch to his gun before I get up in his face, if you're this clash. Or you lure me into a Capcan and win the round, which is literally insane. It was an okay round overall. We got the first 2 picks. We added pressure to the bomb site. We took pressure off our team. That is a good round. But there's still things I could have improved on in that round to play it better. We already point out multiple mistakes I made. That's how you get better. You point out your own mistakes. Am I worried about what my teammates are doing? No, dude. I'm trying to get better as a player, okay? Droning right into the site again. I pretty much do this every round. I don't think it's a real problem unless you are like consistently not having enough information every round. But it allows you to kind of adapt to the other team and plan out what you want to do. Check for spawn kills. Careful for this door. Some people will peek this door. I like to bop this pipe. This pipe's pretty cool because it kind of stops them from pushing prep. Plus, if there just happened to be a guy setting up here, you know, he just takes some damage early. So using that pipe effectively. You can also use it when you push in to kind of block off that area. You see the Azamis. There's some new tech you can use here. You can kind of sprint onto the car. And from here, you can look over the bakery rack. You see that angle? There goes the Azami. She is dead now. The flashbang on the Clash shield is a good way to push it. Clash is just so annoying that, like, I can't do much. So I'm going to try to push up and take the space, even though she's here. Try to melee her. Try to get aggressive in her face while I can. If I bait outside a bakery the whole round, I won't establish any control. The more control I can establish early, the more pressure it takes off my team. Unfortunately, it wasn't early enough because we already have 3 people dead. But if I just sit out here baiting the whole round, eventually they either pick me from piano or my whole team is done trying to like win a 1v4, 1v5 with a freaking Clash in my face. So I got to do it now while the rest of the defenders are spread across the map. You see, you know, because they're fighting my team in other areas. Now is my opportunity to take this space and fight the Clash, which is why I'm doing it. So now I have to worry about my flank because I just got to kill, you know, he's going to call me out. They're going to know I'm baked. The default's up. I should probably shoot that. But first I want to check the flank. I'm not going to flick instantly the camera. I got to be careful of other threats first, even if they know where I am. And then once I know I'm good, I should shoot the default at some point. Hopefully I remember. Still worried about threats from prep, just in case someone pushes up off that Clash shield. I decided just to leave. Didn't shoot the cam. Probably should have shot the cam. Probably wasn't thinking about it because I was too worried about dying, being 1 HP. Because now they know Bake's clear and they can rotate all the resources to the other areas. So we brought this back from a 2v4 to a 2v3. So now we actually have an advantage, a chance in the round. I'm going to rotate off because pushing through prep, if I try to push through prep, through this barbed wire, through a Clash shield, I'm getting slowed and I'm 1 HP. They just have to land a single bullet on me, I'm dead. And they have all this cover of these different areas. So pushing through here is a very risky choice. Instead, I can just take the space behind and try to shoot them in the back. By the time I get here, the Clash is here. One of just literally so broken. Such a stupid operator, honestly, the way they changed her. I think at this point there's a video out on that. Yeah, I just made a video. My last video is about why Clash is stupidly broken. Anyway. So I'm still trying to fight site. Just trying to bait these kills, right? I'm 1 HP. I need to get the kills back. I need to hope that they're swinging off the shield so I can actually get picks. I have no cover. There's only 2 ways into the site, right? This double door. See, you see everything's reinforced. I can only get into this double door and this single door. So if I try to push this, I can get wall banged. I can have this guy bunker fighting me. Like, it's going to be very, very difficult. So at this point, I'm just hoping my teammate can add some pressure. If I can get the 1v1 on the Clash, even better. Got to be careful of that wall bang, of course. But I have to try and do something. This Clash absolutely working me. Absolutely working me. I'm getting ready for more people to push. And there comes IQ. The perfect distraction for IQ to shoot them in the back. This is why you need to add pressure, people. You need to try and achieve things as much as you can. Because as I'm fighting a Clash and pulling the defenders towards me while trying to stay alive, IQ can shoot them in the back. And that is what you need right there. unfortunately, the Clash got away again. This guy is a freaking miracle worker. Rosa Parks 369, I commend you. This is a talented Clash here, but also Clash is broken, so I don't know how much I can actually say that. So at this point, we have a minute left. I have no flashbang, so I can't flashbang Clash. I have one phone call, and we still have to push in through 2 single doorways. So my best bet here is hope my teammate can do something. I try to stay alive. If I can stay alive, I can take pressure off of him, which allows him to make his play better. So I'm going to slowly try to work my way in, get rid of the Echo Drone that was stunning me. Give that phone call because that's one of our only hopes here. And while I hear the Echo and the Clash fighting him, I'm going to push in, play off the phone calls. I can hear them zapping. I'm guessing the Echo there as well. I'm able to take him out. Now we have isolated the Clash. Clash is the worst in these situations. Clash is really at her best with teammates around her. But now we have a 2v1. I'm going to keep mailing the shield like last time without walking through a Capcan trap. When I say this is the greatest Clash player of all time, I'm meleeing his shield. I'm expecting the same as last time, except this time when I melee his shield, right here, that melee you just saw, it doesn't do anything because he switched at the same time. So now I'm just in this melee circle. I see him start to turn, so I melee again, and he turns back and blocks it with the shield. At this point, I am completely vulnerable, to which he whips around and shoots me in the face. That, my friends, is pure talent. That is how you learn from an enemy, okay? Let's watch what this guy just did. Let's watch how this guy played this 2v2. This is how you can learn. You watch your games back, and you watch the people that shit on you, and you go, holy crap, how did he do that? So you see when he's meleeing me, or sorry, when I'm meleeing him, each time I melee him, he spins more and more because the shield has that exponential. So he almost turns all the way around, which is crazy because I turn nowhere near that far. And then he turns back as I melee him again. He just keeps spinning around. He puts it on his back, and then he shits on me. Okay, great. Does he win this 1v1? That is the question. No, he tries to run away. And we're not going to take that with us, just the first part. But we did end up recovering the round and winning the round because of pressure in map control, people, not by baiting in spawn. We forced them out of comfort zones to put them in unfavorable positions to help our teammates in order to win the round. No communication whatsoever with me and my teammates there, just playing off each other. That's all it takes to win when you solo queue, okay guys? Now, we find out their kitchen again. At this point, I'm just playing the best operators in the game. Like, I'm playing the best operators. I'm trying to work on a video for it. So that's why I'm playing, like, these specific operators. Damos, Doke. I believe the Doke got banned after that round because, I'm nasty. So now I'm going to play Damos, another broken operator. We did hear him break this prep glass early on, so I thought he was spawn killing here. So I shot the Prisma, but that's fine. You know, now I just want to pre-fire, play it smart, play it safe. Could have died. I mean, at that point, they could have peeked pillar window, which would have been a good play from Alibis. Peek somewhere else after the pings, so they can peek here and pre-fire me. I wasn't too worried about it. Probably should have been a little more worried about it if I'm playing, like, better players. We got rid of some utility. We see our teammate on the truck. I just kept trying this angle because it's new and fun. But Glass is already there, and he actually kills somebody, I believe. I believe he gets a kill off this angle. We see that our Ash just runs in while I'm droning. I probably could have got off the drone and pushed with him, but at that point, the timing would have been weird. So I'm just going to keep droning for him. Let him know what's going on. I can start scanning the last one. And there you go. Our team actually did some stuff that round, and we just absolutely mopped the floor. So I didn't really do anything at all that round. That's fine. Good job, team. I did a drone, got rid of a Prisma, added a little bit of pressure, and gained some info. That's, you know, that'll work, especially when your team just kills them all. Brought out the Cade here for just a weird Cade's freezer strat. This study setup actually ended up being so botched, it's insane, because we were all doing different things. So not only do we have the Cade on freezer, but we have this Mira facing freezer, but the walls are reinforced because I went Cade. So anyway, I just threw these Cade claws down, Cade'd off all of freezer wall. So the idea of this strat is if they take piano, they have to push in through white. So you kind of just like have this chokehold at white. And then, I mean, they could come in through the cart wall. That's something that I would probably reinforce with this strat as well, but it's whatever, because we have the mirror facing it from bathroom if they try to push in sight. So we just have this, like, this choke point, which is the white door, so we're going to try and play around that. Let me back this up, because we don't really have a couple of defense rounds. I spent most of my time just trying to work with the setup, figure out a Cade spot that would be hard to shoot from the window. I don't know if this one actually ended up being that good. Let me see here. Oh, I don't think you can actually see it from the window. Yeah, so I'd even put it a little bit higher, but that seems to work pretty well. Because I was thinking about it for a while. Wasn't sure if it landed. This Goyo is really nice because I can hold it from cocktail, and when they swing this corner, if I miss them, like if I miss their head, I still shoot the Goyo and I still get some damage off. So I really like that Goyo. That's something that I would, you know, take to my playbook, take to my inventory. Now, you can peek the skylight from here, which is, honestly, this is not a bad peek. If they put their little head there, you can shoot it. It is a tough shot. They kind of have to line up exactly with it, but it's a low-risk peek, especially if you know they're not holding this angle, or you're already holding the angle. Just be careful if you are peeking into it. I'd probably jiggle it first so that you're not getting, like, just dome trying to stick your face into this angle if they do happen to be on the skylight holding it. So at this point, I'm just holding, just waiting for the other team to do something. This is why baiting is not a good idea on attack, because if you play players who don't fall for baits and they just sit and hold their positions, it's not going to work and you're going to run out of time, and inevitably you're going to run into all the traps and lose at the end of the round. So you see him there, miss, that's fine. I'm just going for damage and potentially a free kill. So I did get some damage. Not going to overextend, not going to overpeak, just chilling. And as I say this, the baiters start to fall. Oh, actually, they did actually get some, hey, well, pause. They did get some map control. So, I think in game chat, they did call out that this guy was new hatch, so I know the gridlock's coming new hatch now. I actually didn't notice this Goyo up here. I would have popped that if I saw it, but I don't end up popping that. I end up just holding the angle. I think I go for a C4 on it. Yeah, but he's dead already, so. There's the death on white, so I know because this guy died bathroom, this guy has to be pushing down the hallway or in bathroom. So he either has to come through this rotate or swing the hallway. How do I know that? Because we cated off the walls. So we gotta constantly keep tabs on where they can come from and why. Because he died from piano, I hold the hallway. I will hear him vault if he vaults, plus I have my Mozzie here watching bathroom. There he is. He peeks. I miss literally every shot. Stupidest C4 of my life, but I go for it. That also, throwing the C4 when he's actively holding the angle is a good way to die. That was dumb. Now that I did the dumb thing, I can push off of the sound of the Z4 and the smoke as cover, get into a new position that he doesn't expect. I know he's either piano or bathroom. I was pretty sure he was bathroom just because of the audio, I believe. It sounded like he went bathroom. He comes out of bathroom, no idea I'm here. Why? Because he just saw me in cocktail, and he did not hear me rotate. So, we'd keep the information stale by picking a new spot to play, which allows me to absolutely fold him because he has no idea and doesn't even see it coming. So at this point, it's a 2v1. Where can they come from? We last saw him cigar. Again, he can either push this way, past the mirror, so we just hold the mirror that holds this entire cross, or he can walk up the white hall door. Great. I mean, Mozzie, this is probably not the best spot to play. Having someone play white is probably a good idea. We have the diffuser, so we could have just played that head level angle on white still. I don't know if I knew we had the diffuser. I must have known. But now we have a crossfire. We know he's pixel. We make a new line of sight. And when I shoot, Mozzie peeks. You see that? We both are shooting at the exact same time. I have the angle, passive angle. Mozzie hears him, he shoots, I'm shooting. Crossfire, he can't kill both of us at the same time. If he kills me, Mozzie kills him. If he kills Mozzie, I kill him. Perfect 2v1, perfect execution, and we win the round very easily. Okay, moving into round 5, we're on defense again. We're playing mute. Where are we putting the mute jammers? When are we doing it? We're doing it right away. Outside drone hole, jam that baby off. We don't want any drones in sight, so we're jamming it off right away. We want to put our mute jammers down first because we're playing mute, so that the drones can't get into sight. This drone, it's going to get muted if it tries to come back. It's not in the bomb site. We're chilling. I hear it leave. We can start reinforcing. The only reason I haven't put down my other 2 mute jammers is because I'm probably going to do this drone hole, which is one of the only last ways into sight. And I don't want to have to run all the way over there and run all the way back to reinforce. But getting like the 2 main or even 1 main mute jammer is a good place to start. What is this? What is this? Oh, prep wall. Fantastic mute jammer. This mute jammer is great because it just allows you to sit here and kind of jiggle his doorway with the shotgun for when they push in. You can even swing wide and try to pump through the wall. It's just really good. And it also stops them from acing this wall and getting the long angle all the way through to hold prep successfully. So that's why you want to, firstly, you want to reinforce this so that they can't hold this angle, so you're able to rotate in and out of bakery. That is why you reinforce this wall. You make footholds so that when they walk into bakery, they can't just fight look left, because they have to also worry about getting peeked from this side. So if they walk up against the wall and try to hide on this wall, now they're getting shot in the feet. If they try to hide on this wall, well, now they can get shotgun through the wall or swung from either direction, just from shooting them through the wall. So it's not safe anymore for them to just walk in and sit on that wall in bakery. which is why you want to set it up like that. And this last mute jammer, it's going to stop them from acing this wall. They can ace the top still, but they can't ace the middle. So this player in bakery doesn't have to worry about them getting a long angle through the window, through the reinforcement, and being able to cut off this entire line of sight. That's the premise of reinforcements in general. I typically would reinforce this wall as well, especially if you don't have anyone playing back here, because what will happen if you don't is they'll take this backside, they'll take coat control, they'll kill this guy, and now they have angles through sight. They could walk down red, hold angles through sight. These head holds are only good if you play coat and if you maintain coat control. Otherwise, it's not great. You can hold the bakery hop in from here, which is the only thing. You can see you can hold that bakery window from way back in bunker, but nobody ever does it. I find 99% of the time these holds only favor the other team, so just reinforce that wall. Honestly, it's the way to do it. Okay, I hear this guy pushing up whiskey. What am I going to do? He's trying to sneak up, clearly. Like, the sound of it sounds like he's sneaking up, so he's not going to expect me to be playing aggressively on this door because he doesn't think that I know he's here because of the fact that he's sneaking. So when he's doing that, I'm going to get into a better position that he's not prepared for. As he peeks this doorway, he's going to be probably looking towards this small bake area or this red stairs area, knowing the echo's there. And that's when I can swing and absolutely shit on him. This guy does not stand a chance on this swing right here. It's going to be even better with, like, the pump. But you can see I just peek it, holding the angle, right? I'm not looking at the wall. I'm looking around the corner, right? Look at my crosshair placement on this. This is something you guys can learn from, because a lot of you guys will look at the wall and be like, oh, he's tucked in the corner. I'm going to look at the wall, and you're going to aim at the wall and pre-fire here. I'm just holding the space. I'm holding the space around the corner of the doorway, so that way when his head lines up with my reticle, I just pull the trigger and he's dead. There's no flick. There's no talent involved. Just pure skill, okay? And you can develop that too by going and watching my aim guide that I posted on my YouTube channel. The realistic guide to getting better aim. You do it like that, and then you go 9-2 and you win the game. That's how you be champion in CJX. Hope you guys learned something. Let me know if you like this new style of video. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, boys.